So lawyers for Ghislaine Maxwell say that she deserves a new trial after a juror told media that he used his own experience of being sexually abused to persuade other jurors who doubted witnesses.
Oh, that's what they did?
Yeah.
Wait, what? Can you say that one more time?
You can't do that?
Imagine I'm on a jury, right?
Yeah.
And before you get selected for a jury, you're supposed to talk about if you have conflict of interest with what's going on.
Yeah.
So maybe they would ask questions like, have you ever experienced sexual abuse? And then you would say, no, I'm chill. And then you get on the jury. Well, this cat gets on the jury, and then after the trial, he's like, hey, you guys want to know how I swayed the jury? I got sexually abused. And I was telling everybody, hey, I went through this shit. So you better fucking go with me on getting Ghislaine guilty because...
And then they felt like bad because they're like, I like this juror guy. We're friends now.
And he made it personal. He said that he shared detailed experiences. He says, quote, I know what happened when I was sexually abused. I remember the color of the carpet, the walls. Some of it can be replayed like a video. But I can't remember all the details, but there are some things that run together.
That's like saying, no fair, you got them to empathize with what I did.
Yeah, bro. What is this?
And then so she's all like, yes, I was a pedophile, and yes, I sexually trafficked minors, but that's not fucking fair. You fucking manipulated the jury.
So is the mistrial part the fact that he told someone he did that, or the fact that he did it at all?
The fact that he did it all, right?
You can't do that?
Well, I guess like he falsified his qualification to be in the jury, right?
Oh, no, it's not about that. You're right. You would be right, but you're thinking a little deeper than I think what they want us to think, right? So they're saying that because he told the media he used his experiences to sway the jurors, he tainted the jury pool.
Because he wasn't supposed to tell the media
He was supposed to be neutral. He was supposed to be neutral, and he wasn't supposed to be using personal experience to sway the jury. So now that
They're saying it's a mistrial.
validity of the trial, so there could be mistrial. This could be over, right? And that's the actual thing that's going on. And I'm tired of using the word conspiracy because it's not a conspiracy.
And if it's a mistrial, does that mean they try her again, or she's just loose?
It'll be double jeopardy at that point, right? Oh, wait, you mean if she could be trialed for the same?
Yeah, because it's a mistrial.
No, they throw out the case, I think.
to do it all over. Yeah, they would have to.
Wait, would they do it over?
I think they would. If it's a mistrial, you got to do it all over.
This is a pretty crazy case, so I would imagine that they would have to do it again, right? Or new jury pool.
Because I don't know these legal rules.
Right, because I thought they would just throw it out.
After a mistrial, the court may bring the individual back to trial later, or the prosecution may choose to drop all charges. If they drop charges, this means, in the law's eyes, the trial never happened and the prosecution never brought charges against the defense.
Oh, that's what I thought. So then they just throw the case out, right? Yeah.
So when you go into the jury room, they make someone a foreperson. They basically vote and go, who's the leader?
Yeah.
That person, I just can't fucking imagine. Of course you're using personal fucking stories to sway the other people.
Especially
That's how it goes.
In the context of sexual assault, a lot of people give pushback just because it's like the empathy thing. Like they don't really understand like the nuance, and they do a lot of like victim blaming and shit. You know what I mean? So like if someone is giving their point of view or their experience, is that so bad?
It depends on the concept, right? So like usually you're putting an objective like clause in there in order to make it like fair across like multiple boards. So imagine a different scenario where it's like somebody's on trial and then I'm up for jury duty and I get selected, but I happen to be, and the person who's on trial is maybe like African American, and I'm secretly racist, right? So then when I go in there, I choose to go in there because I'm hoping to make my case and sway regardless of the actual evidence in the case, because I feel a certain like way. So that technically is a mistrial. Or same thing with like people who get lobbied for like gun rights and stuff like that go into it, right? Yeah. Like maybe they have an agenda that is that they've been lobbied to by NRA or whatever in order to make sure a case goes a certain way. In those ones, it's so clear. That's a mistrial, that shouldn't happen, blah, 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 blah. But in this one, it's technically within the same clause, but it's
very different.
Yeah, it's just the other side of the spectrum.
Because you would argue that personal experience is very different than personal interest. Would you say?
That's the gray area.
Well, if they could prove that this person was like, I was molested, and guess what? Revenge time, bitches.
They lied on the prospective juror questionnaire, denied being the victim of sexual abuse, so that's perjury, right?
Oh, so that's what it is. That's the technicality.
It gets fucked up.
But wasn't this done purposely? Fuck off, right?
So what I'm saying is,
dude.
Because you could plant a jury, remember?
You can taint a jury this way. You can purposely set it up so that you taint a jury this way. And do we not believe that pedophiles are in control of a lot of shit right now? Because we saw what happened to Jeffrey Epstein. We see that Greene Maxwell gets convicted 5 and 6 counts, right? Including the worst one, which is trafficking a minor. Like, right, as young as 4, some of the victims are as young as 14 years old.
Yeah.
None of the people in the black book are getting prosecuted.
That's what blows my mind is because during the trial, they actually released everybody in the black book. You can there's a independent news channel, like they're on Instagram and all this stuff, right? And they released all the names on the black.
Why did it have to be them? Why wasn't it CNN? Why wasn't it Fox?
Because they're all dirty.
Damn right. So why are they protecting pedophiles? It's the fucking weirdest.
Can we pull up the list?
For people that don't know, what is the importance of the black book?
So who do they traffic the victims to? Who wants to fuck kids, right?
Well, the black book is basically a ledger of all the people who came to the island, who flew on the plane, like they kept great records, and then they wrote in all the people.
It's the same shit as like a fucking general ledger for a tax audit.
No, of course, yeah.
So it's basically, that's what the black book is. It's a guest list or anyone that's been on his plane.
Why is the media protecting these people? Why isn't the media blasting out who the names are? Like,
I mean, this is one of the craziest cases in history.
For the most part, not a lot of people are covering this case, except for very like in the middle.
How about the night that she was convicted, 5 or 6 counts? The 2 prison guards who fell asleep or whatever were distracted when Jeffrey Epstein quote unquote killed himself, which we all don't think happened. They all got the charges dropped. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
It's almost like there's a quid pro quo. Hey, you shut the fuck up for a certain amount of time. When there's the height of all this stuff, we'll make it all disappear. And that's what's happening.
And thank goodness we're a legitimate news channel, a joke news channel, and no one takes us fucking seriously. So we can talk about it and they'll be like, no one's gonna listen to them, they're too crazy. But we can actually openly talk about it. You think they can fucking talk about this shit on CNN? Fuck no.
wish they had a special court case circumstance. Because knowing how sophisticated the organization is, right?
Yeah.
It's so easy to plan a juror. It's so easy to have the judge in their pocket or the prosecutor. They need to like have some sort of like third party or like, you know how like cops, they have like internal affairs, or there's just like a different like auditing group that can come in and specially treat this circumstance.
Like a neutral third party?
Yeah, like playing by normal criminal rules when you know that their reach has already infiltrated the whole thing. Like it's just, of course nothing's gonna come out of it.
Yeah.
High profile case with like leaders of America and the UK. Let's do the case in the US.
Because what I expect is what's happening.
Yeah.
This whole thing to just get brushed under the rug and thrown away.
That's really going out of your way to create that mistrial, because when you're a juror, you don't have to tell anybody why you came to that decision.
Yeah, why would they go on media and fucking...
And they tell you the whole fucking time, don't talk about the case, you can't talk about it for this long.
Especially how high profile this is.
You're not even supposed to know who the fucking jurors
Why is
are.
it high profile? You're talking about it's a high profile case because all these high profile people wanted to fuck on kids.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy about it, and it seems like they're protected.
And also too, the charges that are being filed against Ghislaine is only from like the early years of Epstein. And it's not even the later stuff where the actual real juicy stuff where he has ties with like higher government officials. Like they're not even going into that because there is a conflict of interest there.
And the judge ordered all of it sealed.
Yeah.
The judge ordered all of it sealed because he thought it would be indecent to reveal all of this to the public because it's like PG-13 rated R.
Yeah.
So the judge was like, I'm just trying to protect you guys from this gross shit. It's like, nah, we're all fucking
Meanwhile, during the OJ trial,
What?
OJ has to try the gloves on, and they're like, how many times did he stab Nicole? Over and over and over and over and over again. Like
on live television.
You can find pictures of the murder scene of OJ on Google Images.
That's not indecent, but
Yeah, like, what is
give
this?
me a break, bro.
Ridiculous.
It's insane.
Because they don't want the public to actually make a
Google
decision.
Street View.
What's that, Joe?
They don't want the public to make a decision, is what it is. So like, you keep it under the rug, and then they go, oh, anyone questioning it, that's just a conspiracy theorist, you know? They're like, oh, those are Rogan fans that are saying Epstein didn't kill himself, right? They used CNN recently to try to make Rogan seem like a crazy guy that takes horse pill medicine, or whatever, right? They're trying to basically decredit his, they try to discredit his thinking, period. So I'm like, this is gonna happen, like, if you go down the list of people who are questioning stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm mad about is they never even give us hush money. I mean, like, if they offered JK News to get like, hey man, here's some money to shut the fuck up, I would have been like, yes, I play the game. Finally, I could be like CNN too. But they never offered, so fuck it, dude. I'm gonna go for it.
We'll get loud, so you have to pay us hash money. That's it.
That's all we're trying to do here. But no one actually cares and gives a fuck anyway. That's the crazy part. Yeah, it's wild, man. Because I want to go down the list and see like them being investigated.
Anyway, we'll go to the next article. It's about Fifi bags.